Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, I found this story on Bloomberg, an American publication. I haven't seen it in British press yet. Maybe it just missed, I don't know. But more Storm Shadow missiles are being sent to Ukraine. These have been fired into Russia by the Ukrainians. These are our weapons. Russia is not happy that we are effectively bombing them. This has been done without our knowledge and without our consent. Nobody's asked us if we want to attack Russia. I don't know what's going on, but if the press are hiding things like this, if the press are getting into bed with the government, then the fourth estate is no longer something that holds the parliament, the politicians to account. It's part of the establishment. When I was growing up, the press made a point of fully investigating and exposing everything that was going on. Nowadays, it's all access media. You'll publish what we tell you to publish, or you don't get access to us. The press need to grow a pair of balls and start publishing everything. And when they say, right, you don't get access, then every other newspaper says, if they're not allowed in, we ain't coming. And of course, the one thing that the government desire most of all is exposure. They can't get their face in the papers, their face on the TV. It upsets them. And every newspaper should then make a pact with each other, one out, all out, and that they all do their ultimate best to expose everything, hold back nothing. Now, this Storm Shadow thing is weird and odd. I don't want our weapons being used simply on the say of a Prime Minister who has not got the trust of the people. With only 20% of the electorate voting him in, he might well end up taking us to war with Russia. That cannot be right. But for the press not to cover it is also deplorable. And it isn't just this story. And my good friend Craig Houston picked up on this as well. So apologies, Craig. I'm just going to steal your glory for a moment. But it's not something I picked up on, but you did. Why is it that the press haven't interviewed witnesses? Why is it that the press aren't talking to the people? We had Southport. Where's the interview with the parents? Why is that being closed down, clamped down? Why aren't the press pushing this? Has the government told the parents, saying nothing to the press or you're in trouble? What about the CCTV that seems to have gone missing in London over the bridge incident, where apparently it was just a man having a heart attack, even though 3 men were arrested and taken to hospital? Didn't know heart attacks could work like that. What about all sorts of things? There's lots of things. Stabbings here, shootings there. The press aren't interviewing witnesses anymore. They aren't getting out there. Well, this is what I saw such and such. The TV interviews and things like that. Why aren't they happening? Is the press being lent on? Is the government closing down what we see? Are all newspapers now, Pravda, Izvestia, just government rags pumping out propaganda? It seems to be. But we cannot continue funding the Ukrainian war. If they want to fight, it's up to them. We should not be giving them our missiles. And when I say giving, I mean giving. Selling them is a different thing. If they want to buy them, then they're theirs. But when we give them away, they're still ours. And Russia wants to hold us to account. And you know what? I can't blame them. It's a very weird position. We need to make a decision. These things are not cheap. Why are we giving them away? It's not as though the Ukraine doesn't have money. Nearly £1 trillion or $1 trillion has been pumped into Ukraine. Nearly $1 trillion. It ought to be one of the richest countries in the world. And there's no way they've spent that kind of money on fighting a war. So you have to ask, where's all the money gone? Is it salted away so that all these leaders later on can have it back? Laundered. Seems to be the whole thing is a mess, isn't it? Oh well, when the nukes start landing, we'll know who to blame. Thanks very much.